Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Breathe with me. Take your breath down to the belly. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Now, grab your glass for some water. Get your picture of that water. Lift that picture of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now, move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Oh, move your body and drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body and drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. But to stay healthy, remember, breathe, drink, eat, move. In that order. 4 pillars of health. Hey, but take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Break down. Drink up. Drink, 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 drink. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink your water. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh, what a day. We are on what is called in North America Thanksgiving Day. To most black folks and red folks, it's Thanksfortaking Day. And in our community, we call it Black Family Day, thanks to Brother Mustafa Shabazz. Threw that on me years ago. It's Black Family Day, bro. Go eat, chill with your family, have some conversation. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn how to use these days, these high holidays, when we are able to come together and have conversation. Now, we're able to do this every morning with the Daily Toast. Well, it's afternoon now, but usually we're able to do these on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying, and keep it flowing. And we are able to have our conversation. So today we have our Toast and Talk. Toast and Talk, right? Because we get to go and rapidate it up a little bit. Just go on and dig down into some of the conversation that's out there in the ether. What is it that you want to discuss today? I'm leaving it up to y'all, because I know a lot of y'all might be cooking, getting ready. But I figured there'd be a lot of people available around this time because people don't usually start eating till around 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people, usually might start about right now, but y'all can sit around and chill with Brother High Tim as a family and get your chitlins on or whatever you eating and stuff like that, because a lot of people be like, man, you always talking about them chitlins. Let me tell you something, family. Can I be honest with you? I didn't stop eating chitlins because I didn't like chitlins. I didn't stop eating pork chops because I didn't like pork chops. I didn't stop eating none of that shit because I didn't like it. I mean, we need to keep it all the way 100. I hear a lot of people, chitlins get a bad rap. I'm just saying. I hear a lot of motherfuckers talk a lot of shit about chitlins because of where it come from and shit like that. But I'm telling you right now, this was the chitlin season. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day for me. So I just don't eat pork no more. I ain't gonna sit up here and bash it because I think that shit is stupid. Right? I think it's real stupid. You have what you believe and how you live your life. Let other people live their life. Right? Niggas out here eating all types of pork. They doing worse shit than pork right now. There's some shit out here just worse than pork. So motherfuckers do a lot worse than go on and celebrate and eat some goddamn pork. Now, these are the days where we are able, those of us that are in the know are able to come and at least plant some seeds. Not necessarily starting an argument, because I know some arguments going to jump off because some of the liquor going to be flowing, because some of y'all got days and days and days. You know what I'm saying? About 3-4 days, some of y'all just kick back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the liquor going to be flowing and all that. But family, those of us that are in the know, it's our job to spread seeds, not spread contention. Just jewels to think about. You understand what I'm saying? And then when the conversation start getting hot, it's time for you to get up and move on. There's somebody else's house who got some good food waiting for you, and other people that love you that may have just the stuff that you like to eat. Just enough. Just spread some seeds of conversation. This is the time, because when else are we free enough to really sit around and have some of these conversations? Reparations should be part of the conversation. Our history should be part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? What this day really in history is really celebrating should be in conversation. And what we have decided to shape it into should be in the conversation. Our principal system should be in the conversation. Us pulling our dollars together should be in the conversation. The politics that's going on should be part of the conversation. Because that's what, families, out of families, all of this shit comes out. There is no economic system without a family. There is no political system without a family. There is no social system without a family. There is no education system without a family. So on a day when a whole family comes together and motherfuckers can do nothing but talk about football, y'all can miss me with that. Shouts out to Miss Navita. I see you out there. Thank you for tuning in on this glorious Black Family Day, or Thanksgiving Day, or Thanksfortaking Day, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? However you define it. You know what I'm saying? We're very open here, Gye-Nyame. And we're going to open up the lines so that people can call in and conversate with us. But we're going to go and do this toast first. We're going to knock this toast out, and then we're going to open the lines once again. We give y'all opportunity. I know a lot of y'all silent and stuff like that, and, but hey, you never know what you might have to say. How can I wait? You never know how what you may have to say may affect somebody out there. Your voice, your thoughts may be the one thought that elevates either our people or somebody within our people. to the next level of their existence. So don't hide your light. So today we will be toasting. Cleve is in the kitchen handling his business. Today we have some of that red. This is that red. Not Shaka's red. This is that ambrosia red made with wache leaves, right? Nice red. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I got just a little bit left because I got 2 orders that come with this. You know what I'm saying? So I got maybe 1 3/4 of a gallon. So let's see. Woo! And it's alive. Let's see how it pours. See, this is that fresh. See how it pours. Well, you was a little bit more feisty when I popped you. Let's see if we can get another pop off of one of these bottles. Let's see. I like to pop. Let's see. Can we get a pop off of you? One of these is going to get mixed with some nice drink today. Let's see. Woo! Let's see about this one here. This one is a gallon of ambrosia. Not half a gallon. All right. This is all I had left. All the orders went out yesterday. Let's see. Oh, damn. Damn. It didn't pop. Hey, Cleve, give me a favor. Man, come here, man. I mean, how come many times I say give me a favor, you be like, Here, watch that. Give me one of those big, yeah. You know, I love my kids. They start understanding my broken language. Now, let's see. All right, so first, let me make sure. Let's see if we streaming on all cylinders because I got it streaming on. All right, we streaming on both Facebook pages. We streaming on. Let's say updated. What the hell updated mean? What the hell going on? Updated. It don't need to be updated. It need to be streaming. Facebook issues detected. We have detected issue with Facebook API and platform in general. These issues appear to be on their end. Until the Facebook team is able to resolve these issues, some Facebook related features may not work. All right, let's see where we streaming at. All right, we online on Facebook on Gye-Nyame Journey. We're online on Facebook on Hatim Gye-Nyame. Shouts out to those family out there. We online on YouTube on Gye-Nyame Journey. Shouts out to all those out there. We online on Periscope. Hatim Gye-Nyame on YouTube is not showing anything as of yet. But family, I want to welcome you once again. Go on, feel free to throw up your comments. Once again, shout out to Miss Navita. We are on Ujaama Day. We want to give all of those Ujaama babies a round of applause before we I don't have a lot of news today. I've been working my mind, trying to wrap my mind around a new show. Trying to think of a new show. And I know y'all like, but you ain't keeping up with your basic show schedules. I know. Trying to work that out. We'll get that together. You know, it's the morning show. You know what I'm saying? I'm dedicated to it now. I'm also dedicated to the other shows, but you know, I guess my body just needs to chill because, like I said, after a certain time, I'm moving into shutdown mode. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. I forgot I had my class yesterday. So, you know, I'm at a point now where I'm like, it's time for me to start learning how to pass some of this stuff on. We still have to, we're still working on the newsletter. I'm going on my mom's today. How about yourself? And you know, we got a lot of, I got like the newsletter. I got to figure out how to train some people to be able to do their own shows, stuff like that. And I guess the best way to put it together is like an e-course or whatever. And then also, what process do I take people through to go on and develop other shows? You know what I'm saying? Because there's other voices out here that I believe my people need to hear. Period. So I want to try to make sure that they are able to be heard in a proper fashion. So, without any further ado, let's go on and lift up our glass to our creator. By whatever name you choose, call that creator. We throw up our glass. We say, Ashe. Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Y'all know where we go. We move to our illustrious ancestors on this beautiful, beautiful day. It's kind of cool outside, but that's cool. That's cool, you know, because we approach a winter. Hell, we had an extended heat wave, so you know, can't be mad about that. It's kind of cold out there. Me and Cleo have to go out here and break down this garden. Oh, should I say Cleve? With me pointing. Y'all know how when you get older, you know, it might get out there in the dirt a little bit. But here we go. Raise up our glass to Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert, the Texana, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William, Walter, Christopher, Patty, Gasson, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Alfine, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falar, Montague Pimenel, No More X, Sapet Mile, Ron, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Willis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Dale Gale Pullen, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, James Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Man Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rennerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Weller, B. the Farmer, Agosto Sue, Shell Harvey, Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Quincy Carter, Joanne Thornton, Patricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keach Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Drill Giles Watson, Spell, Slimmy Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Orange, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sergeant Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Woody Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, David Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Andy Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Adam Ted Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Dermot Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Diddy Monares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, Depretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winfrey, Scandal Bay, Wilson Headley, Emma Hine, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, The Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Michael Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, R.G. Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy. What's up, Brother Kwame? Great Ujaama to you as well. Go and make it a great day. You do it so as well. Reverend Roosevelt, Word the First, H. Tri, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boyd Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Hugh Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet, McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Senior, Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lily Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coker, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Keith Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Smiley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Jane West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lizzie Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Froggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henry Etta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker, Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, The Urban Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easy, Rayshawn Easy, Javed McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shechem Aha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward Bissett Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Brothers, Reginald Alver, Mazarine Kofer, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Evers McNabb, Annie Ferguson, Michael Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Brother Kwame says, celebration of our coming to this point. It is upon us to carry on for now and to pass on to the up and coming generation. Let's stay busy about our business. Stay busy about getting. Aren't that right? All right, we move on to the Black Lease. The Black Book. Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundup, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Demonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Milkins, Eric Walker, Quasi Sappo, Candace Simmons, Simon Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Gardner, Melvin Scott Sr., Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Gray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth, Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James. You can take those buckets down the basement. You do know that, right? You can put those tops in that thing on the basket and on top of the sink. Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Desandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alonti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan, Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Carini, William R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Carini Mackey, Victor Bolden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T-Lar Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray. Family, we raise up our glass. We raise up our glass on this Black Family Day, calling on Black family. Man, calling on our family, raising up the glass, saluting our ancestors in the way that we do here at Gye-Nyame Journey. We raise up the glass and we salute them as they sit around the table of life. At peace, we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? From here, we move to our present moment. Family, we are in the present moment right now. I know some of y'all like, but I think you had that shirt on yesterday. I know, because I had on the wrong shirt. I got to represent the day. All right, so I want to send out, once again, love to all of those Ujaama babies. Oh, yeah, get your cup. Get your cup. Hold on, somebody just popped up. Let's see where they coming from. Uh-oh. We got, all right. Let's see. Shouts out to Miss CeeLo. I see you out there too. We got a signal coming up from Real. I'm ready now. Okay. All right. I'll let you get caught up. Letting you get caught up. All right. I gotta go to my Gye-Nyame Journey because somebody is texting me and I'm not seeing where it's coming from. That's cool. I'll find it. So I want to make sure I get everything. All right, so Miss CeeLo is texting us from Facebook. Oh, you hitting us up. You hitting us up from Periscope. That's why I can't see the text. All right, cool. All right, so family, we raise up our glass to the present moment. And since Miss CeeLo got, she want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? We toasted in the present moment. And, you know, we got to stay focused in this moment because...
Tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
So we got to celebrate this moment right now, in the moment, because there is no tomorrow. Family, there is no tomorrow. There's only now. We are living in a perpetual now. And what we have to do is master this moment and move forward. Because we are living on a time that was created or loaned to us or we inherited from our ancestors. Now we got to expand that time space so that we can go on and pass it on to our future generations. So we raise our glass to this present moment. Right now in this moment, family, we are on Ujaama. On Ujaama, we gave the Ujaama babies a round of applause. We want to activate those reticular formations and we want to see where Ujaama is active in our community right now. It's out there. Take a picture of it, post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey timeline, hashtag Ujaama, hashtag Ujaama Day, hashtag Ujaama Baby, hashtag Ujaama Now type thing. Anything with Ujaama on it, hashtag, right? For those who don't speak the language, Ujaama means cooperative economics. Reciprocity is the Modic law. Gratitude is the M7 principle. Green is the color. Got it right today. Polarity is the Hermetic law. Male name for today is Yao. Female name is Ya. Raising up that glass right now, celebrating this moment that we have, that we are in power of, that we get to make choices in most cases. Even though it may not seem like we have choices, there's still a choice there, right? Family, we got to take action, take advantage of this moment, and use it to move forward. We raise our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, move to our children's children, onto infinity. And what do we say with that? Of course, we toast them in advance and we say Ashe. From there, we move to all of our relations. We raise up our glass and guess what? We say Ashe again. From all of our relation, family, this is that selfish toast. This is for you. What is it that you need this movement to move closer to your greater you, greater self, right? We lift up our glass. We say Ashe. Last but not least, family, I want to salute the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most wonderful, the most understanding, the most peaceful, and the bravest individual in the room. I want to lift my glass up to you, and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, we have ended the toast. We have one caller in. If you want to introduce yourself, you can. If you're just calling in to listen in, just go and be silent. But unless you want to let us know who it is. But the lines are open. Lines are open right now at 614-556-4535. Go ahead. Who is it?
Hello, Rona. Just calling in to listen.
What's up? How you doing? Now I got your half.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I got your half bottle. I got your half a gallon of that red. It's looking pretty good. If you could, I don't know if you watch it on the screen, but I'm drinking some red right now. It might be yours because you wasn't ready yesterday.
I was ready, but the power went out in my neighborhood.
Oh.
And by the time I saw your text, it was all gone. It was just 12, 14 hours. It was a tree fell on a big line.
Oh, well, I got it ready for you, and I'm coming.
Yeah, so don't drink my red. I will get it on Saturday.
Well, now I am going to be out. I'm heading that way, so if you need me to drop it off.
Yeah, why don't you do that? You coming east?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, then you can. I'll be here until about probably 2:30.
Okay, well then, because I ain't leaving out here till about 3:30. So, got to hold it. I'll hold it.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. See you Saturday.
Yes, ma'am. All right, family, check this out. I'm gonna post up the number so that you can call in. It's 614-556-4535. It's call in number. Feel free to call in, conversate about what you want to conversate today on this Black Family Day. Brother Kwame say, sounds like push-ups to me, Elder Alona using Roman holiday. Uh-oh. Let me make sure I post it up on here.
That's mean. For an elder have to do push-ups, although I can do push-ups.
I know you can. I know you're in shape. I'm just saying. That's from Brother Kwame, So I'm just saying. I heard what you said. I just got quiet. But this red is on point. So family, like I said,
drink my red.
I'm not. I got a little bit. I got a little half. I got a quarter of a gallon sitting over here right now. I wonder how this would taste with some Hennessy. Just a thought. No, I think I need something light with some Hennessy. Yeah, I got just the thing. All right, family. So once again, lines are open, 614-556-4535. Yesterday, we played a little bit of Brother's grade car, talking about the curriculum that they are using. If there's any comments about that, that's a
456-4535 yesterday.
That's right. Somebody just called in.
A little bit of
where can I get what's in your cup? This is called ambrosia. This is ambrosia red. This is green tea and honey fermented. It's basically a kombucha, right? But instead of using sugar, we use honey, raw honey. You know what I'm saying? Real good for you. But somebody else is on the line. Who's on the line? Come on in. Let me know who it is.
Nay Nelson.
Have I ever met you before, Vay Nelson?
You've met Nate Nelson. You've had the pleasure of breaking bread with Nate Nelson.
Is this Navita?
You got it.
When you start calling yourself Nate,
You knew it was me. Shut up.
No, I'm just looking at Uber conference right now. All right, there you go. All right. I'm like, what's going on? What's on your mind?
That's what my son would call me. He'd be like, Nate Nelson. Oh, so anyway, I was just calling to say something. Hold on one second. I'm trying to help my uncle over here, help him cook some food, but oh Lord, this is the deal with the
this shit is good.
holiday thing. Something I had to come to terms with. It seems like to me, many times people get so caught up in being right about something, sometimes, that they miss out on things. For example, the whole Thanksgiving thing. Now, in the past, I would be like, I ain't going to do this, I ain't going to do that. But then meanwhile, I got family members that are gathering on this day, you dig?
Yeah, I did.
And I'm sitting at the crib trying to make a point, which is really not wise to me. I mean, you should take advantage of any opportunity that you can to spend with your family. And that happens to be the day that your family is together. You need me to move?
No, are you done with this microwave?
Yeah, go ahead and take that out. You have that opportunity and everybody's off work and whatever. Why wouldn't you do that?
And
why wouldn't you? I think it's kind of in order for the purpose of making a point and being right, especially if it's family members you don't get to see on a regular basis because of work schedules and things like that. Why wouldn't you take advantage of this time? Instead of trying to be like, I ain't doing this and that. So, that's something that I had got out with myself, I realized this. Well, at least for me, I thought it was idiotic in a way. I think it's anti-African to deny my people this time that we could be spending together as a family because I want to prove a point.
So, now, what you're speaking of is doing something that your day name tells you that, or actually your day principle tells you have the ability to do. Define for yourself. Define yourself for yourself. See, for me, because I was struggling with that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, but this years ago. But Brother Mustafa Shabazz, he said, brother, this is Black Family Day, man. Go and chill with your family. And if you can't have conversation, at least your behaviors may have an effect on someone. We haven't set up holidays except for like outside of Kwanzaa. We got a few, but we don't have none.
Juneteenth. Well, Kwanzaa, said that, but yeah.
Well, see,
Juneteenth, I don't know if we necessarily set Juneteenth up, but
Juneteenth is not, how can I put it? Juneteenth is not like this day or even some of the days within Kwanzaa. Because during this day, a majority of our people are off. And it has
correct.
Is linked with people coming together and feasting. Now, for those of us that are in the position that we are in, or what we call who farting on the line? Good God, was that a fart?
That was me making a noise. I forgot I was on the phone. I forgot I was on the radio show. You talk about who farting on the line?
See,
Want me to leave it out?
So, and as Brother Kwame said, I never struggled with this. Family is too precious to not get with them when I had the opportunity. When I was younger, I didn't,
You right, Kwame.
See, now, I struggle with it, but I never missed, because, especially when my grandma was alive, shit, I wasn't allowed to miss the shit. See, because a lot of people tout this conscious shit, but, if you're not listening to the elder in your family, there's a real problem with that. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about being conscious and shit.
Mm-hmm.
If my grandmother called and told me to do something, shit. You know what I'm saying? I can go and grab about it, but it's certain things. I mean, and it remains like that for me up until now. Even when I got kids now, but I'm not by myself. My mom is a major portion of that. My mom always celebrates all these things, but she respects, just like my grandmother, respect my decisions. Okay, cool. You don't eat pork. Okay, my grandmother started it for me. Okay, you don't eat pork. Cool. We're going to make your own greens, your own green beans. We'll make your own shit. You just be here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go over there. You with my peoples and stuff like that. You know, my mom do the same thing for me.
So what?
So the piece is for these days. This is a major day for us to link up with family and set some of the and set up some of the examples that we talk about. We want to see in our community. They ain't gonna see you at home.
That's right.
So we got somebody else on the line. Uh-oh. Is this CeeLo?
You got CeeLo in the house.
What's going on, Miss CeeLo?
You know what?
Hey, CeeLo.
You know what I was thinking about when you're talking about that division?
Mm-hmm.
And what you were saying, Hakim, do you remember there's an episode of Sanford and Son when Lamont was wearing dashikis and all that, and he was trying to date this African girl, and he brought her to the house, and he was disrespecting Fred, and he told him that ain't African.
Mm-hmm.
You can put on all the dashikis you want, but if you ain't respecting your elders, that ain't African.
And then he ended it with,
right.
"That's right, you big dummy." Fred said, "Hey, but I mean, and that's part of the piece." Now, but our piece is navigating some of the sickness with some of this. I was catching up yesterday, and I'm watching The Godfather of Harlem right now.
Okay. Bring that milk up if you can.
But Navita, why don't you mute yourself while you
Mute yourself while you sit up there arguing with your elders.
I'm sorry. Real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. What'd you say?
No, I'm just saying. Last night I was watching Godfather of Harlem, and there was a scene.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's seen it. Anybody out there seen it will know. It's a scene where supposedly Joseph Bonanno took Bumpy Johnson to his son's mausoleum, but his body's not in the mausoleum, and he explained to him how happy he was that drugs was being slung in the black community. And the piece that kept hidden for me was the fact that we have to navigate through a system that was designed not for our benefit and be able to still mix with people within our own family that feels in the same way that the character of Joseph Bonanno felt in that goddamn video. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got them in our family. Niggas ain't shit. We ain't got it because we lazy. We ain't been doing the shit we supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? We getting what we deserve. Not really realizing what our people are really up against. And the only thing I'm challenging us to do is those of us that are blessed to have family, to go amongst them and have healthy conversations. Go amongst them and demonstrate a healthy, or as healthy as we can get, behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Sit and talk with some of the children. A lot of children to see you and give them a glance, as Elijah Muhammad would say, a glance at a clean glass, so that they can make a choice on their life. You know what I'm saying? Rather than sitting your ass at your house by yourself in your prideful state talking about you know more than everybody else. Nobody give a fuck about that. Just being honest. Nobody care about that. And you're not affecting any change. You know what I'm saying? None. But what would happen if you got in a conversation about reparations at Thanksgiving? I mean, just a little something. What if you got in a conversation about principles and how we had principles and how we gave them to the world? What if you had a discussion with somebody about history because somebody is quoting some shit wrong? You know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's all these conversations that are being weighted to be engaged in, and we need to make sure that we out there able to engage in these conversations so that we can start steering some of the thinking of our people. But we can't do that when we isolate ourselves. Can't do that. I can't do it when I'm drinking, but hey, I got enough young people around me trained.
Well, you know, it's a good time too because, like you said, instead of being worried about being, what I call you worried about being right in the name of your quote unquote consciousness, the one thing too is that everybody will be, like, most people are not working this day, so you can drop that knowledge on all kind of people that you may otherwise not be around. You know what I mean?
Right. But now the key piece I want to say is, don't be obnoxious with the shit. Don't go there. How can I put it? And we all know those individuals, whether they're conscious in the African way or they're conscious in the Christian way or they're conscious in the Islamic way. They come and they try to talk down to motherfuckers when you just need to have a conversation. Nobody wants to be spoke down to. Now, if they get disrespectful, then you go ahead and you mentally check their ass, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, nobody want to be talked down to. Don't talk to me like I'm a law, because because all of us got those people in our family that will talk to you like you a law sinner because you got a drink in your hand. Fuck you. I don't even want to have a conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? And if Jesus like you, I don't want to deal with Jesus. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because I have seen this my whole life, been around it my whole life. I'm like, yo, like even when I was dealing with Islam, motherfuckers told me my grandparents was going to hell because they didn't practice Islam. I don't want to deal with, fuck it, I go to hell too. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because like heaven and hell has never really been an individual choice for me. This whole individual salvation shit is another tool that's used to kind of fuck us up because I don't have to worry about everybody else in the afterlife. Where in a sense, I had to go and change my mind state where it's about us. There is no afterlife if we fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going individually. I'm not going to heaven. I don't want to be in heaven by my motherfucking self. I got some good friends and I got some enemies that I might want to see in the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? So either we can squash. I'm serious as fuck. I'm serious. That look like me. I got, you know what I'm saying? So as a group, we're going over. And this is part of the issue because this whole mythos that America or Western thinking has put on us, or at least that we have accepted that nobody else practiced. This whole individual shit is one of the major nails that's in our hands that's holding us on the cross of self-persecution. This whole individual shit. Because when I'm reading about these Italian gangsters, these motherfuckers don't move as individuals. When I'm looking at these politics, these motherfuckers they're not moving as individuals. When I'm looking at military strategy, they're not moving or talking about individuals. They're talking about groups. When we look and read about Rome and we read about all these great civilizations and Carthage, you know what I'm saying? When it falls to an individual level, that's when that shit started to crumble. When they moved as a group, that's when it was in power. I'm just from my humble studies, my skimming of the history. We have fallen into a mindset where it's about the individual thing. So it's cool for me to take a day in a capitalist society that is designed to keep us all so busy that we don't have time to really sit down and talk, to take a day like this and to stay by myself. That's playing into white supremacy, you ignorant motherfuckers. That's playing into white supremacy right there. If you got something that's worth sharing with the community, if you could bring value to a conversation, it is your responsibility to do that shit in a proper fashion. In a respectful fashion. not in a haughty fashion. And if they don't want to hear you, that's their fault. I'm just saying. Y'all gonna just let me talk all by my damn self? What's going on? Call in number 614-556-4535. Once again, call in number is 6.
You know, you take over a conversation. You get going. You just gotta let you go.
That's so damn. So I'm guilty of the shit I just got done talking about. Damn. I'm trying. I'm still working on it. I just be talking to myself.
Like, yeah. Okay.
Well, nigga, you know how to shut me up. I don't know why you don't just do it.
I know.
You know Davita working on the show,
and
y'all.
everything. I don't want to shut you up on your show and shit, but
This is not my show. This is our show.
I'll be
I don't know what
thinking
you're talking
about it.
This ain't my
Okay,
show.
I'm gonna start shutting your ass up. Like, can somebody else talk? Yeah.
I think, yeah, you scared. You ain't gonna do it. It's really that plain and simple. Shout out to Jason Stafford. Family. So once again, call in.
What's up, family? At the mall this weekend?
The mall is this weekend. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. Mall is this Kaumba, or somebody can say the day that don't have to do no push-ups, but it's coming up. It's 2 days away. It's gonna be popping off. Yes, we're gonna be in the building. We're gonna be in the building, having a great time. Come out, network, and all that. September. I mean, what a number? I said September. My fault. November 30th, from 12 to 6 p.m. The market will be going down. We got room for more vendors. Vendors have been calling. We're just letting y'all know we got. All right, now.
So,
Who crushed
let's just let it be known that we have to be out supporting this G&J mall, because if we don't get the support that we need, that will just be the end of the mall, and then people will be talking about what we ain't doing when we can be doing.
Oh, is this, wait, Jason Stafford, is this the brother from Texas? The knockout artist from Texas? Is that who that is? Shouts out to you, bro. But anyway, so I'm going and I'm Brother Kwame said potato chips sound kind of good. Who was talking about potato? Oh yeah, somebody was crunching potato chips or something on there. I gotta save some of this because I'm gonna be having some drink later on at night. So we gonna make some ambrosia. My daughter drinks dark, so I gotta drink me some ambrosia to help balance it out. And I ain't talking about the little daughters. I got grown ass daughters. So, but family. So once again, call that number. Let me type it in for y'all again because I see people ain't getting it. I don't know whether it's popping up across the. Yeah. 614. So anything else y'all want to talk about? Come on now. This is our show. I just get to host it. Y'all gave it to me. Shit. It needed to happen. I decided to try to make it happen. Call in number 614-556-4535. Gye-Nyame has paid all the fees so that you don't have to worry about no side code number. You just call straight in. You can join the conversation. Let us know what you want to talk about here at the Journey. Because I know some of y'all about to get ready for the grubbins that's about to go down. So, by all means, call in. Let's have a conversation about Black Family Day. Because why can't we divide a number by 0? I keep on telling you, I don't even believe 0 is a number. But how do you divide something by nothing?
What?
Kwame throw very complicated riddles out here to get the mind moving before we get the stomach moving. He said, why can we divide a number by 0?
Why would we do that?
In math, you may have to do that.
Ask you we had an interesting math problem the other day. I was watching this show called Rap Battle, right? Rap Battle is spelled WRAP, like rapping gift, okay? And they had a math riddle in there. And the riddle was, how many gifts are there total in the 12 days of Christmas?
That's not a good riddle.
Oh, no, but I was like, but see, whenever I hear a math problem, I just kind of glaze over and everything. So I was like, what? So they gave the answer. So I actually went online and looked it up. And so I'm gonna post the answer in the chat.
But it's all you
so what you do is
12 plus 11 plus 10 plus, take the numbers all the way down.
Well, one site I found actually broke it down better where you could actually see it. I was like, oh.
Kwame said 78.
Well, do you know what the total is?
Kwame said 78.
Does anybody know what? Huh?
Kwame said 78.
No.
Uh-oh.
I'll post the answer in the chat. Because the way they did it, it comes out to be 364 gifts. I was like, what the hell? So I had to go look it up because math, makes me crazy anyway.
That's an expensive ass Christmas. That's an expensive ass Christmas. No, I haven't seen Tyrone, bruh. And he said to Kwame's question, he said 0 isn't a number by definition. 0 is a placekeeper.
Got to call Tyrone.
He said,
tell him come home.
He said 0 is a place. Oh, I don't. No. 0. Because in Gye-Nyame, 0 is something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Because in the numerology of Gye-Nyame, the way we teach it, I ain't going to say what 0 is because that's going to start a real. Well, fuck it. In Gye-Nyame, 0 is God.
What is?
I'm just saying.
0 is God?
0 is God. 0 is nothing and everything at the exact same time. From that nothing, every other number arises, whether it's negative or positive. All numbers arise out of 0. You know what I'm saying? And return and strive to return back to 0. So, that's the point where that's the big bang, as you would say. You know what I'm saying? So that's that central point out of which everything comes. That amen, that hidden. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at, just the name of the high deity in the Kemetic, and you look at a lot of these other high deity names, they're basically hidden. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just so, but it does operate as a placeholder because it helps numbers transition. And this is another powerful piece about 0. 0 helps other numbers transition from one level to another. Single digits do not go to double digits without going past 0 first. They got to go back to 0 to move to the next level of numbers. So you got 9, then it stops, and then in a sense, in order for the cycle to start over, you have to go 1 has to go through 0. And all for the number. So the number system, for the number system to continue, 0 has to be there. Brother Jason says, and you just gave the technical definition of exactly why 0 is not a number. It's the root of origin. Uh-oh. I forgot Jason was good. Not only was you good at knocking motherfuckers out, you was good at math too. Good friend as well. And I know you down in Texas. I see you down there. I'll be seeing your pictures, man. You're doing good down there. All right, family, come on now. 614-556-4535. There's some stuff out here that we need to talk about. I told you the whole, I heard that, I ain't gonna start no shit. I ain't gonna start no shit today. But, anyway, back at the ranch, as Sister Navita would say, I know it got to be some news out there, family. Come on now. It got to be some stuff y'all want to talk about this.
There's been a lot of stuff.
Come on now, throw something out there. Let's get it popping because y'all already know. So now, yesterday, while you thinking, yesterday I posted up, I shared yesterday some of Dr. Greg Carr's discussion about his curriculum. I could go back to that point and run that back for y'all because that's some deep shit that Dr. Greg is talking about because we didn't even get to the deep stuff. I cut it off for the deep stuff because I just wanted y'all to get just enough to get y'all wanting to get out there. But if y'all want to listen to it together and have a discussion about that, we can. Because I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that. It's on the Gye-Nyame page?
Yep, it's on the Gye-Nyame page. I'll post it up. I'll play it right now. Somebody else called in. Who this?
Look, and I'm fighting. Somebody said I was wrong, and I can prove I'm right.
Oh, God.
This is damn right, man.
This is wait.
Look, I have to defend my honor. Come on.
He talking to you, CeeLo. Don't get quiet. He talking to you, CeeLo.
I'm right here. I ain't. CeeLo ain't backing down. You know that. I ain't scared of Kwame.
Right. I'm glad you ain't scared to be wrong because it's good.
This is how they do the math, okay? Partridge, 1 times 12 equals 12. Dove, 2 times 11 equals 22. Hen, 3 times 10 equals 30.
No.
I'm just telling you how they did their little math problem.
Let me help correct you real quick. The way you're phrasing the question is not right then. Because if you want the total number of gifts, you sum the numbers between 1 and 12. And there's a simple formula for doing that. If the number of gifts that you're summing up is from 1 to 12, you take 12, you multiply that by 13, and you divide it by 2. It's a simple formula. Every little algebra student, well, you know...
12 times 22 is 12 plus 22 plus 30 plus 36 plus 40 plus 42 in brackets times 2 equals 355. Thanks.
No, I'm
not a math person. So whatever they said, the answer is like
that's why I know
way to look at it. That's an interesting way to look at it.
See, you're
not phrasing the question.
This is why I don't celebrate these.
That's what I'm telling you.
These demons holidays.
Go back and find the question. Go back and find the question. Then we'll have something to argue about.
Well, maybe I stated the question the wrong way.
For each day, number of gifts you get for those 12 days, I gave you the formula. That's a very common formula. But if the question is phrased differently, then I can consider what you're saying. But as you stated the question, there's only one answer.
Well, I thought it was an interesting little question, a little trivia. I thought that was, because I never thought of the 12 Days of Christmas that way, because, you know, it's a song we used to talk.
Nobody know the damn song.
But I still have the request. When you find that question, then post it. Because I love math. But this was a common, look, I can tell you almost the origin of this question and why it became so famous. The question was put to a dude by the name of Gauss by one of his teachers. And actually it was put to the class. They said he wanted to give him some busy work. So he said, I need you to sum the numbers between 1 and 100. And Gauss, within a matter of minutes, gave him the answer. And thus came the formula out of that, which I gave in the chat. In the chat room, so
what's the what was the number you gave?
Kind of.
What chat are you in, Springer?
Hey,
me? No, I'm in. I'm in YouTube.
He in a YouTube chat.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Kwame. So what's the sum of the numbers between 1 and 100?
You take 100, multiply by 101, divided by 2, which becomes 50, times 101, which would be 50,050, something like that. Let's see, 5000, or is it 5,050? 1, 2, 3, that's 5,000. And then you got another 50. So, yeah, I guess it's 5,050.
5,050? Okay. So
no, wait. That don't sound right. 50 times 100 is 5,000. Yeah, I guess it's 5,050.
All right. 5,000. Okay. So, all right. So you came up with a formula for summing a number in all right. All right. That's damn. All right. Cool. So
No, but this is something real. This is something that was very common.
For the math ignorant, when you say summing, what does that mean? Are you just adding the numbers? What does summing mean?
Yes, yes. Sum means to add. So when I say sum the numbers between, or when Hatim says sum the numbers between 1 and 100, I know that it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. And the way he came up with the formula was he said, okay, 1 plus 100 is 101. 2 plus 99 is 101. 3 plus 98 is 101. So he does that 50 times. And so it ends up really being 50 times 101. But to make it look like a really neat formula, you can multiply 50 by 2. And so it becomes 100 times 101. But then, in order to make that 100 back down to 50, you have to divide that by 2. So it becomes 100 times 101 divided by 2. And 100 divided by 2 is the same as saying 50 in math, so works out all the same.
Oh, goddamn. All right. So I need to start my drinking, because y'all get deep. See, this is why I don't invite you deep motherfuckers to the Thanksgiving
this is
dinner.
Fun, baby. This is the fun.
This is why I
So
can't.
thank you, CeeLo, for that thought. But again, when you find that question, bring it
But
back.
hold on.
There's another.
Hold on. Brother Jason says his history is correct, but his formula is not. So Jason, please go on and finish the statement. Because the Black Yoda, you might have to call in. You might have to call in 614-556-4535. Here at Gye-Nyame, we discuss all things family. The key piece in Gye-Nyame is getting you to think. So, I do a random show. So you get an opportunity to do some thinking. So now we got Brother Kwame. Well, first off, the whole conversation jumped off cold because we start going through the holiday piece that Navita brought up. And then we led into the discussion where CeeLo brought up the issue of the 12 days of Christmas and the mathematics behind it. Then Kwame called in with the equation about that. Then Brother Jason came in with some information about that. So now we're sitting up here. We're doing what thinkers do. We're taking our ideas.
I'm challenging Jason to prove me wrong. I'm challenging the brother to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Hold on, he typing. 614-556-4535. 614-556-4535. If there's any other news that y'all want to discuss out there, hit us up. Let me make sure I put it in the YouTube channel. Also, those of you that are listening to us on YouTube, please, if you are going through gnjmedia.live, go on and subscribe to the channel so that you can start earning the points. Right now, Kwame may be in the lead. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you who in the lead with points right now. Brother Kwame.
Get points. What's the point system based upon?
The point system is based upon the amount of time you watch on YouTube and how many times you comment. Right now, Brother Kwame is behind me. I'm at 635 points, but of course I can't be in there. And the Restrained Bot is almost at 966. We had one person called On Platypus. That's me too. Wow. Calvin Kwame Keechler is at 340 points. Let's see who else. Sister Navita is at 145 points. She the nearest one. So all you got to do is once you like the page, you get a certain amount of points anyway, right? And then you start the discussions and doing like Kwame doing, throwing up stuff like that. You get so many points every time. At the end, the first person to 1,000, the first real person to 1,000 will receive not the authentic Daily Toaster. I ain't gonna say it ain't authentic, but it's the newer Daily Toaster shirt sent to you directly from Gye-Nyame Journey, family. We ain't playing here. So now, also during Kwanzaa, we will be Brother Jason responded. Let's see. Oh shit, I never have been able to walk away from a challenge. Here it comes. He right. Yeah. He used to get in trouble because he couldn't walk away from any. Hey, I love my brothers. Y'all be on some crazy shit. So, but I love it when brothers can argue about some deeper, higher level shit, some math shit, because I don't know. I'm just like, because I have to sit there and add all the numbers up. But you know, the student that you said, Brother Kwame, was one of those smart ass students that always cause problems in class. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want to get.
Look, man, look. I remember the class where I stumped the teacher because he put that question to us in one of my math classes at Ohio State. And I gave him the answer, and he was like, oh, damn.
Now I got to come up with, now I got to think. Yeah, man, hey.
No, but if you look at the formula, because the only way Jason can dispute me is if I hit a wrong key. But I know that formula as well as I know my name, man. Shoot. Come on now.
Okay, so you saying that.
Come on now.
You saying that the formula works. What you saying is.
What is your name, Charles?
What is who?
Say that again.
I said it's just what is your name, Charles?
You're real funny,
right,
Diane.
Only he on the journey.
I'd be out of place if I said to the moon.
To the moon. I'm old enough to know what that means.
Just you and me.
To the moon.
Oh, that show was crazy.
I still don't know what show y'all talking
Yeah,
about.
I was like, they doing some poor white folks, isn't that something?
Right.
Well, look at here. Some poor working class white folks.
Man.
All right, so
hey, what happened to our brother?
Hold on, he typing. He just put it up. Hold on. But this is healthy. Instead of sending clowns home to meet their sweet Jesus at coming home Columbus, I'm getting ready to put him in this intellectual hell. Like, he talking shit now. All right.
Look, bro. Look.
Wait.
I want y'all to notice something. I don't hear an answer.
I know. Hold on.
I don't hear an answer.
Hold on. He doing the research. Hold on. He said, oh shit, I never been able to walk away from the challenge.
All the research in the world ain't going to change the answer.
So what you saying, because now, going back.
The world ain't going to change the answer.
So what you saying is that the process that you got is right. You might have messed up in composing the equation. No, in plugging in the information, if there's any mistake. But
So the answer is 100 times 101 divided by 2, which boils down to 50 times 101.
All right.
100 times 50.
100 times 50.
You got your 3 zeros, that's 5,000.
Right.
Add another 50, that's 5,050. Boom.
No. Okay. So he's all right. So I'm so mixed up on your question. I thought we were still on the 12 days of question. He says, make sure we got the question right. The question is the sum of the integers between 1 and 100, right? That's what he asked.
No, up to and including 100.
Oh shit. Up to and including 100. See, y'all doing that math speaking shit, man. Just
No, but this is why math is the language of the sciences, because it's precise.
So Jason, he said.
Okay, I got a question. What is an integer? Please explain.
There we go. We falling off.
Integer, think of an integer. First, we start off with the natural numbers. Those are the ones you count with. 1, 2, 3, 4, ad infinitum. Ad infinitum just means to infinity. Then you talk about 0. 0 we include as part of the whole numbers. Your 0 and then the natural numbers, or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ad infinitum. And then when you start talking about integers, that includes 0, your natural numbers, and the negative natural numbers. So that means -1, -2, -3, ad infinitum, negative infinitum, and 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, ad infinitum. So those are your integers.
Ew. I'll just say ew.
So where the fractions fit in? Shit, since we on that shit.
Say what?
What are the fractions?
Fractions are your rational. Those are your rational numbers. Those are numbers that you use to express ratios. 1/2, or what some may say 1:2. 2/3 or 2:3. Any number a over, any integer a over another integer b, as long as that b isn't 0, that makes up your rational numbers.
All right, so since you started this whole shit with this whole 0 shit, why can't you divide numbers by 0? Because machines don't do that. I mean, if I was to put that on one of my phones, it might freeze that shit.
No, usually it'll say
error.
What's it say? Yeah, usually it'll say error. And in math speak, they say it's not defined. And what you'll find is that when you look at your fractions, like let's say 1 over any integer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the higher that number in the denominator, so let's say you have 1 over a number, let's say C for CeeLo, right?
Mm-hmm.
1 over C, where C can be any integer except 0, and you'll see why. So as C gets bigger and bigger, in other words, it goes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll see that the fraction gets smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller. As C gets smaller and smaller, fraction, on the other hand, gets larger and larger. So if you say, let's say C is 1/2, well, 1 divided by 1/2 is, or how many halves go into a whole?
2.
2, right. So you already see that 1 divided by 1/2 is already at 2. Well, if you take 1 divided by 1/3, how many thirds go into a whole?
3.
3. So now, even though the fraction, even though the number we're taking is getting smaller as C gets smaller, you see that the fraction itself gets bigger. So let's say I say 1 divided by 1 over 1,000. In other words, how many thousandths go into a whole?
1,000.
And the answer is much like, yes, 1,000. So now, even though it's getting, even as C is getting closer and closer to 0, because it's getting smaller, the whole fraction 1 over C is getting bigger and bigger. So the closer it gets to 0, the higher and higher it goes.
So what happens when it go beyond 0, like to -1?
That is that would make up a different kind of function.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is the limit as C goes. Hell, I don't want to talk calculus to you, but the idea is that the smaller C gets. So as C goes from 1/2 to 1/3 to 1/4 to 1/5 to 1/6 to 1/7 to 1 over as high a number as you can think of, 1 over C goes up and up and up and up and up. There's no limit to how high it goes. And that's why they come up with these terms called infinity, just to let you know that infinity isn't a number. But whatever number you can think of, 1 over C can go higher.
Okay. All right. So y'all got a free math lesson here. Brother Kwame gonna be coming out with his ebook real soon. I mean,
where'd Jason go?
He here. He says, all right, all right. He wanted to make sure you got the question right. So you clarified that. He said precision isn't the quality. Accuracy is what we are questioning. That is why I asked the integers between 1 and 100. Fractions are all between integers. Integers are whole, fractions are pieces. So he was answering my question. I should have just been quiet. Because 0 is still and not. It means you make no action. So that's when I asked about going beyond that. His explanation is complicated by his wording. All right, at this point in time, he might just be fucking with you. He's still waiting for the answer. So don't you getting rattled, Yoda? You need to start.
No, the ancient the Kemites, when they expressed the notion of 0, they didn't have a quote unquote 0, but when they expressed the notion of it, they used this term called nefer. Nefer just meant that it was a marked point, So, for example, if you're trying to see where your lands were before, or see where the water was, the normal level of the water would be nefer. Now, when you're in the drier season, the water falls below nefer. When you're in the rainy season, the water comes above nefer. And so it's a marker to distinguish what might be referred to as normal, or to denote where you may owe somebody something as opposed to them owing you something.
Okay. All right. You want to hear what he said next?
Of course.
All right. Fractions mean simply you divide 1 into more portions than itself, Brother Kwame. Now, Jason, let me explain. He won't be able to read these because you on Facebook. And then on top of that, he probably wouldn't. I don't know how his reader would do, because Kwame is blind. So he, like I said, so he would have to, I have to read everything to him because he wouldn't be able to see it. And he said, okay.
Right, and the way he phrases that is correct. That's correct.
I mean, this a
But
math
I'm still
dude.
waiting for the formula.
He a math dude. You
I'm
know.
still waiting for the formula.
Hold on.
I'm still waiting for the formula to sum the.
He said, okay. He said, okay, what's his total? So what's your total once again for between one? See, because we might not be arguing. We might be arguing. I don't. The quality of the are we arguing about
50-50.
5,000?
50-50. 5,050, I believe was the term.
He said 5,050, Jason. Because we're not. I don't think we're arguing the equation or the method of how you do it. We're arguing the position of the answer. But if the equation works, then he right, regardless of whether he got the direct answer wrong. He said 50. Man, you, and knowing your ass, you probably sit up there and added all that shit up from 1 to 100, dog. So, once again, go back and look at the equation he gave. So 50-50 is right. All right. So now I'm gonna put on some Greg.
Now I can respect that. I can respect that because again, and this is part of, when we're teaching math, this is where we often go wrong with our children, is that we'll introduce a concept that that they want to prove to themselves, and that's good. That's good that they prove it to themselves because then they can have a greater trust in what you're saying and grow from that. So I respect that, Jason. Shit, if more power to you, bruh.
So now check this out. We just saw here, right? We got two math heads. One introduced the concept, another challenged the concept. One said, this is how you do it. The other one went through the steps to do it so that he could prove either the dude was right or the dude was wrong. So now, what we saw was a true interaction in learning, family. So now, this is what can happen at the dinner. Here we go. Gauss's equation is not algebraic. It is systematic. That's the confusion of teachers and instructors. You understand that? Kwame, you there?
I would ask him if he understands what it means to be algebraic.
He said he wondered,
and that goes into that goes into those number systems we talk about, Hatem, where we just started off talking about natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rationals, irrationals, complex, transcendentals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what distinguishes the transcendental numbers from all the other numbers is that all those other numbers I mentioned are algebraic. Now, if he understands what algebraic means in that sense, then he may rethink what he's saying, because the truth of the matter is yes, it's both systematic and algebraic.
Y'all niggas done lost me. See, this is why I to Thanksgiving dinner anymore. I ain't going today. Y'all niggas just ruined it for me. I take everything back I said. I'm staying home because you egghead niggas, y'all just messed up my whole day. Nah, there's something called systematic now. There's a new math called systematic or some shit now. Is it systematic and algebra? No. Systematic just suggests the methodology by which you go to get an answer. There ain't go with them goddamn big words. Lord help me. Jeez, I just want some chitlins That's all I want. I want some. Give me strength, Lord. Give me strength. No, but seriously, family, they throw his ass up. Only on the journey. Only on the day when we got time to even conversate. I want y'all to think about this. Only on the day he said, uh-oh, here he come. Now, my brother has always been stubborn, man. This dude, he don't, oh my God. Here we go. Yes, but
no, man, it's a learning process.
It is. Here we go. Yes, but here is usually the misrepresentation for younger minds on or non-math heads. Gauss is systematic.
Yes, I would agree.
Okay. All right. So now, all right, wait, hold on. Let me ring the bell. Return to your corners. Let's go and check out Greg Carr, because a lot of us know him. I'm going to put his shit back on real quick, because I would love to discuss this. I don't know if you had a chance to hear it. Did you get a chance to hear that yet, Kwame?
Yeah, I heard part. No, I heard part of what you played yesterday.
All right, so
but, I'll be listening on there.
All right,
I'll be listening on there.
All right, here we go. I'm about to play this. Oh, you want to call back in, Kwame? Don't think you getting away that easy, my friend.
Talk about these schools and how you insert curriculum into a community. Brazil, France, South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
What's the anatomy of that?
Well, we were very fortunate when we were in Philadelphia because, again, and this is a lesson out here. In fact, one of the pages of the lesson of what we did in Philadelphia came from the New York area. It came from Ocean Hill, Brownsville. 1967, 68, the folk fight for community school control. Les Campbell, and then we know Baba Jituwe Usi. A place called the East in Brooklyn, where they used to do the African Center education in the 60s and 70s. John Coltrane, the Olatunji Center in Manhattan. But what we did in Philadelphia came out of that same movement. In the late 60s, people all over this country took over school buildings, took over school districts. And in Philadelphia, they demanded African American history be taught in public schools in 1967. A cop named Frank Rizzo, who ended up being the mayor of Philadelphia, loosed his young recruits on these young people who had marched out of those schools and beat them senseless in 1967. It took them 40 years in Philadelphia to finally win that war. The School Reform Commission said in 2007, you have to have a mandatory African American history course. So at the time, I've been working with the school district for a number of years. And so they asked me to lead a team of scholars to put the curriculum together. We wrote that curriculum. And so what we have in Philadelphia is a curriculum that asks these young people to ask who they are by first asking their parents who they were, where'd you come from, and then their parents, and so forth and so on. And so we start as far back as we can in history.
I got you, Jason. I'll read it after the score.
Every human being can start. Ask a young person, have you talked to the oldest person in your family and asked them who their heroes were when they were your age? The answers to those alone, these young people start coming up with, wait a minute, I don't necessarily just have to look at Toussaint Louverture or Harriet Tubman. My grandmother said that her grandmother left Georgia after she punched a white man in the face, and that's how we ended up in New York. I mean, in other words, resistance is in your blood. It's in your family. That's the curriculum that we began to pilot. And when we went to Brazil, this was 2005, right before we were writing.
Who brought you there, though?
Well, actually the government, the federal government of Bahia. See, Salvador Bahia is the blackest state in Brazil. That's where a lot of Afro-Brazilians are all over. In fact,
it's the largest body of Africans outside of Africa.
That's exactly right. And a lot of those Negroes came from South Central Africa and the Bight Bahia and Bight Benin. So you know how the crazy Nigerians can be. Well, a lot of them got cousins in, I know Ghanaians very nice people. Y'all calm and peaceful. But these American Negroes, you can tell we got some Yoruba blood in us and some Igbo blood. Then some turn-up Negroes. In Brazil, they weren't having it. They, too, took over their schools. So they invited us down and we shared notes. One of the fascinating things when we went, they had elementary school children looking at, this is where your ancestors came from in Africa. So we're looking at the maps. And as you said, this underscores the point you just made, Karen. They had a map of Africa, and you see the arrow going to Brazil. Then you see another arrow going to the Caribbean. Then you see another arrow going back to Africa. You know what wasn't on the map? Anything north of the Caribbean. They said, we brought y'all down here in part because we don't know what y'all do. Now think about that. African people in the United States, African Americans often think of America as the United States. In many parts of the Western Hemisphere, the Africans in those parts don't know anything about African Americans except what they see on television.
That's right.
They don't know anything about. And so we spent a week just in conversation with school teachers about This is what happened to us during enslavement. We're your cousins who we don't talk about. And finally, if anybody wants to really understand how powerful that can be, when was the last time most people listening to your show ever thought about the black people in Brazil? Most people probably going to...
I stopped it right there yesterday. Now we're going to go a little bit farther. Go farther. Consider, y'all can throw up your comments that we go back over and we can go and discuss. But Brother Greg is talking about the curriculum and how he set it up and how right now in this piece, how we got to link up with our people in the diaspora, right? Well, yeah, I'm not against that. Even though I still claim ADOS, I'm not against any of that. You know what I'm saying? Because the term ADOS for me is about being able to establish who we are right now. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, we just are satisfied, it appears to me, to being the whipping boys and whipping girls of the world. And everybody is able to come over here and build up on our back. And that shit has to stop. Period. That shit has to stop. There's nothing wrong with us being able to embrace the fact that we are of African origins. And maybe even getting to the point where we could also look exactly where we came from. But we have to understand that in the hot ass melting pot, in the hell pot of America, we were morphed and transformed into a new tribe. And nobody has any issues with any other tribe or anybody else claiming any other tribe except when it comes to us. Why is that? Somebody said American history finds its deceitful roots in alleged American history. How, Tim? We have to point back to the likes of Dr. Fair's Hold on. Let me go. You on Facebook. Let me see if it popped up. The problem with African American history is to find its deceitful root in alleged American history. Hatim, we have to point back to stuff like Dr. Fair, Afrocharts. We must call on stuff like ASCAC and the research from Dr. Clark. And nobody is denying that. But one of the aspects that we also have, in order for us to really solidify the claim that we have on this country, we also have to be able to quote stuff directly from here. A lot of the research of a lot of people that we talk about right now is external to us here in America. Not cutting off the fact that we do have great roots over in Africa, and I mean, we as a people, we are dynamic. But we have there was a unique turn in history with us that we have to start acknowledging, right? Because we are the only people that are homeless. And a lot of people don't want to accept this piece. We're the only like I said in the Bible, they talk about the Son of Man. We are the Son of Man of people. We have no place to lay our head. We're the only people that don't have a place to lay our head. And I'm not talking about because you got Ghanaian, you got Nigerian, you got Brazilian, you got everybody else in a sense has a place to attach who they are to. And then they are able to trace it back to Africa. We are the only ones that are homeless. And that shit has to stop. This is our home. This is our home. You know what I'm saying? And the peace, and now, once we are able to embrace what we have here, then we are able to more impactfully utilize the history of Africa to help us in our movement forward. We were forming into a tribe here, and we have to understand that. Now, there's different segments of this tribe because like I said, there's a lot of mixed up in our history here alone. Because a lot of people don't even understand that a lot of us will have to go, how can I put it? A lot of us will trace our ancestry to the South. When in fact, when you look at from a historical standpoint, bruh, a lot of us was shipped from the North to the South. So many of us may have spent generations in the North, but when cotton became king and they start opening up new territories, but yet the shipments from Africa were supposedly illegalized. They were coming up north and purchasing us and moving us down there. That's an important part of our history too. But the bottom line is that we're owed a debt. And no amount of us praising ancient African history is going to get these motherfuckers to pay us. We're going to have to do like we used to do back in the day. In some cases, we might have to knuckle up, and a couple of us might have to get buried about this shit. And we might have to bury a couple of them. But the debt is the debt. I got that from Bumpy Johnson too. The show last night that everybody's, you know what I'm saying? In the show that I was watching, Bumpy Johnson trying to get a connect for his little heroin piece, right? Borrowed money from a mobster, took an advance, a $300,000 advance, and got a whole bunch of keys of dope. Somebody got to the dope, but yet homeboy had already gave him the money. When homeboy came and he asked, he said, well, where my money? He said, man, I was going to pay you back from the dope that I was selling. I don't give a fuck about that. Where my money at? The debt is the debt. And there's a debt owed to us. Because this whole motherfucker right here that's called America is built on our backs. We know this. But hold on, my brother says, this ain't my goddamn home. I'm still stranded in this motherfucking island. Soon as I prepare my boat and resource for exodus, I'm gone. Well, brother, I'm gonna wish you a fair journey. You know what I'm saying? But I just got to ask you one question. Where the fuck you gonna go? Because most countries are not accepting black people, especially if you ain't got no money. You got to look at the immigration policies of a lot of these countries that we talking about we going to. They're not going to pay. See, but that ain't the point, Jason. The point is not what they going to pay. You know what I'm saying? Because let's just think about, let's think about this on the street level. Let's think about this on the warrior level, right? Motherfucker standing on your land. You say that's your land. They're not going to get that shit up. Not without a fight. I'm not asking them to give up shit. We are supposed to take it, dog. That's what it's about. It ain't about us getting on the boat and leaving this motherfucker when we done built it up. You 3, 4, 5, 6 generations deep in this motherfucker. How you going? Where you going? Our bones lay in this motherfucking soil. We built this motherfuckers. We both come from what they called the whipping machine, my nigga. Where the fuck we gonna go? How we gonna dishonor everything that our ancestors, they built the motherfucking dynasty. All we gotta do is demand what's ours. And if need be, take what's ours. That's what it's about. It ain't about this. Cause family, listen. No matter where you go, you're gonna need some motherfucking money. I'm just saying. These motherfuckers got your money in the treasury. That they will be able to pay you out the rest of your motherfucking life. Because by the way, America, we take payments. You know what I'm saying? When you owe for your home, and motherfuckers is calling you, you don't say that they begging for their money. No, you owe them that motherfucking money. That's all I'm saying, bro. All right, they're not going to pay shit till we kiss their ass. That's the payment. A bunch of motherfuckers going to die to make the transition. You know I'm down for the fight. Hell yeah. Not take land, take them off the land like they did the natives. Hey, I prefer to charge rent. A dead motherfucker can't pay rent. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? There's so many. We're living in a different time, brother. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many things that we could do. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about payments. I'm talking about our grandkids being straight and having opportunities that our ancestors fought and died for. That's the shit that we need to be working towards. And then all of the benefits we get here, where's it gonna go? Man, you could hook up in Ghana and have a real good time with some real dope and really make some world changes. We could hook up in Nigeria and Senegal as well because we got the dope. But right now, we be breaking the bank just to go have a vacation at one. You don't have to kiss no ass, dog. It ain't with your mortgage. Because I know right now you probably got a motorcycle, You probably got a nice car. If you're late and these motherfuckers call you and ask you for the payment, are they kissing your ass? When they call and demand the payment, are they kissing your ass? Or are they demanding the debt? The debt is the debt. The question is, what are you willing to do to get it? I'm not willing to live my grandfather's. Listen, I saw my grandfather get up early every morning of my young life and go out and struggle. Go out. I seen him. I seen all the shit that he did. And I seen the life that was kind of stripped from my own father by the limited choices that he was able to make because he was not allowed to compete in this motherfucker. And I'm not content with just leaving this motherfucker. Neither should you. Even in scriptures, when the Israelites left Egypt, they left with shit. I'm saying, bruh, don't leave Egypt empty-handed. Who? Are you prepared to fight? Dude, let me say this to you. It ain't even a matter of being prepared to fight. What choice do I have? Looking at what's left here for my children. What the fuck else can I do? What the fuck else can I do? What have I been doing? I'm just saying, turn the guns in the right direction. Turn your mind in the right direction. Turn the curriculums in the right direction. All of us right now, we are in positions right now, and because we are not taking advantage of some of the positions that we are in, we are allowing some of this fuckery to continue on around us. We could change all that. You say anything you buy is fully paid for. Not me. I owe money. The debt is the debt. All right, but hey, let me go and finish with Brother Greg here.
I'm going to say, I never thought about them. Well, guess what? They're taught never to think about us. A lot of this is just about getting to know each other. And then we take it from there.
And embracing Pan-Africanism in its true form.
That's right.
866-801-8255. All right, what's in this curriculum besides asking people who they are and where their people come from?
The first challenge we had was to ask different questions. So the first question, as we say, is who are African people to each other? Then we ask who are African people to other people? Then we asked, what science and technology did Africans develop in any moment that helped advance our lives? Then we asked, what ways of knowing did we develop? What ways of understanding the world? And then we asked two final questions. So there's 6 questions total. The 5th question is, as we remember something in our history, how do we pass that memory on through time? And the last one is, what did we create in that moment to help us understand? So the music we've been listening to.
Let's break down again.
Okay.
Number one, we call that the social structure question. Who are Africans to other people? Give you a very specific example. We've all heard of Phyllis Wheatley. Phyllis Wheatley, they say, is the first black poet in America, North America. That's who she is to other people. That's what they call the social structure question. So young people study Phyllis Wheatley, and so she's a black poet. But then the question becomes, do you think she was the only poet who ever got on a boat from Africa? Well, I never thought about it. That's where the second question comes in. That's what we call the governance question. First one is social structure. Who are the Africans to other people? The second one is the governance question. Who are they to each other? Did Phyllis Wheatley have a mother? Some siblings? Maybe. Did she only speak English? No, she didn't. No. Then you come find out the scholars say that one of her names was probably Fatima. She's probably a Muslim. She's probably Wolof. She's probably from what now is Senegal, which means English is probably her third language. And then she picked up some Greek and some Latin. And when you read her poetry, you see her alluding to all this stuff. But because you never asked who she was to her mother and father, or did she have a husband? Her name was not Phyllis or Wheatley. Wheatley was the boat. Wheatley was the family. The Phyllis was the boat they brought her on. That's not her name. Any more than people come to school and people want to give them nicknames because they can't pronounce their name. And what could a 6-year-old really know about a continent?
What the amazing thing about Phyllis Wheatley is, you would think maybe not much, but when you read her poetry, you realize that what she could remember, she left it in the poems. She's talking about praying by the river. She's talking about the sun coming up from the east. And so the scholars say, clearly this young girl was exposed to Islam.
She may have been, she probably was a Muslim, or at least, and so, but we don't even think about that because we don't even ask the right question. So who is Martin Luther King? Well, he was a civil rights leader. No, he was Michael King, and his father went down and changed their names when he was a little boy, and he had a mother and father, and his auntie and them loved him, and his grandfather went to Morehouse. I mean, but you never ask who he is to the community.
Which is the governance.
Which is the governance question.
What's the third?
The third one is ways of knowing. Which ways did Africans create to understand the world they live in?
The epistemology.
Yeah, epistemology. And that's very good, Audrey. It's very important because instead of saying epistemology, we wanted to come up with a category that everybody could understand. We didn't want to say religion because everybody didn't go to church or mosque or synagogue or worship Ifa, or we didn't want to say that. So we said ways of knowing. So, for example, you ask most black people what the rule is, they can tell you, well, step on a crack, somebody finish the sentence.
Break your mama's back.
Now the question is why? Well, why everybody say that? Even though black people from 3 different parts of the African world can all say that. It's because in many African ways of knowing, lines symbolize intersections between spiritual forces. You don't cross a line without a rule. And people say, oh, Africans didn't have no rule. No, our beliefs inform the world's beliefs.
Right.
You don't split a pole. If you split a pole, the elder got to go back around or the younger got to go. You don't. And for us, the most important value.
We brought that here, the splitting of the pole?
Of course. It's Kikongo people.
I didn't know.
Oh,
how would I know this? They don't teach this in school. I went to Catholic school.
True. No, but this
they definitely teach this in Catholic school.
But see, this is the thing. And that goes back to the governance question. No, they don't teach it in school, but you learned it at home and in community. Meaning what? Who are we to each other?
The relationship.
Exactly. The central value in African ways of knowing all over the world is relationship.
Yes, relationships.
Who are you to other people? Who's your mama?
So that's number 3. Who are your people?
Who are your people? Ways of knowing is the third one. And
who are your people? All right, fourth.
And the fourth one is science and technology. What ways did we develop to interact with our material reality and improve our living conditions?
Give me an example.
Okay, very, very quickly. People say, what did black people grow during slavery? And then first thing most people say,
rice,
cotton,
cane.
They say cotton.
Yeah, because cane was the thing. Sugar is the first international drug trade.
Sugar was the first.
Sure, but
you said that was the drug trade.
No question.
You better tell people
no question.
that sugar was the drug trade.
Sugar, tobacco, and coffee is why we sitting here speaking in English. Drug trade. It's a purebred drug trade. The Dutch, the English, anyway. But we can have that conversation as academics. When we say cotton, we know that's what we've been socialized to think. Negroes picking cotton. So here's the question. Who invented the cotton gin? Eli Whitney? Wait, no.
Come on.
Did Eli Whitney pick cotton? I'm just curious. No,
he did not.
No, he did not.
I said that he didn't.
No, he didn't.
I said he didn't invent it.
You watching these Negroes problem solve. In other words, I got to get 100 pounds of cotton in this long sack before I had to beat somebody before they try to whip me. And I got to get these seeds out. So you're bringing the technology rather than get... All right, I'm going to stop it right there. Come on now, get the conversation popping off. What y'all think, Brother Greg Carr breaking some shit down there? Or is it too deep for some of y'all? Come on now, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Greg has always been a good speaker. You know what I'm saying? Greg has always been a good speaker. You know what I'm saying? He dropping some good information, too, about that curriculum. And you can go and finish listening to that on your own and get the information, you know what I'm saying? And then also, you know, because hell, shit, we could work on bringing Greg to Columbus. We was trying to do something. But, you know, it's kind of hard to get in touch with people at this point in time, especially, you know, with these high fees and shit like that. You know, we still raising funds here at Gye-Nyame Journey. And speaking of that, go ahead. You got something to say? Who on the line?
Sheila is still here.
Oh, okay. Did you hear him? Was that interesting?
Yeah, it was. I like I said, I hadn't seen it on your page, so I was just listening. So this is a curriculum that's taught where? Is this?
Well, he's in Philadelphia. My fault. He teaches I think he teaches at Howard, but he's also in Philadelphia. You see what I'm saying? So this is a curriculum that they developed that's probably open to anybody that's able to reach out to them. You know, but like I said, many of us right now in this chat right now, in this room right now, a lot of us went to school with Greg. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just a matter of timing, but it's a great, Greg has always been on point, but go ahead.
Well, just thinking about curriculum. Whenever I hear the word curriculum or anything about educating our children, I always think about how we're not to a point where we can have our own schools, but I think we should adopt the model that perpetuated in the Catholic Church, that's perpetuated amongst the Jews, the Jewish people. They call themselves Jews. They actually have Saturday school or Sabbath school or supplementary education programs for their children. Usually takes place on the weekend, and it's for a few hours, but they give them what they want them to know. What is their culture? What is their heritage and history? And during those opportunities, their children may attend, public school, but they're alternatively, supplementarily educating their own children. Now, and that's something that
I'm listening.
Yes.
Go ahead. You said that's
something that it's something that I've thought about for a number of years. That maybe we should consider putting together a curriculum of that. That strictly focuses on us. They're getting whatever in the public school system, but that our history, our ways, our culture, and just that conscious knowledge. Our kids are just out there, and everybody else takes ownership of their children's education in a way that they send them to public school, but they're learning other things in other places.
Now,
so I like your the model kind of with the warrior training, but I think we just need to expand that where we have a set structured curriculum, we have a set structured time and place and hours, and our kids get that along the route with their other education.
I can dig it. I'm now this now as far as set schedules and stuff, I'm not that good at, but we do have space for those that will really be interested in doing that. I mean, but let me say this. But we have to be cognizant of the times, because sometimes people coming at me with like wrong timings and shit. It's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying, to mix this life and that life. You know what I'm saying?
Even if we started with a couple hours a month, even if we started with a couple hours a month on 1 day a month, our children have to come to, you can call it whatever we want to call it, school.
But I would say,
or cultural education, whatever we want to call it. But we have got to start putting our stuff in them.
Oh yeah, I agree.
We send them out the door to these schools and let them put whatever they're trying to put in them, the indoctrination system, to continue the modernized version of slavery. We need to put what we need them to know in them, which is starting with who they are and what they are. And if we could even get even some of the adults to that understanding,
there we go.
A lot of our problems would solve themselves.
So you hit on the key piece.
A lot of our problems would solve themselves. If you understand and respect and know who you are, you're not even going to do certain things. You're not going to participate in certain things that are not to your betterment.
You hit on the key piece.
We have to start.
You hit on the key piece that we don't necessarily have a youth problem. We have an adult problem. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not clear on where we are. Now, one of my major struggles is to get people to understand that the warrior training is not just for our youth. That's kind of why it be falling off sometimes, because people get it mixed up. It's not necessarily just. I would prefer more adults, because it's the adults that's just like I'm talking about going to these Thanksgiving things and, you know what I'm saying, and being who you are. It's the adults that can more successfully carry the message. And I would even say, even before we expand what's going on with the warrior training, I think we need to master that, because a major issue with that is, you know what I'm saying, we struggle a lot of times just to feed some of the young people and some of the adults that come to the group. We need to solidify. See, I'm in I mean, because with the warrior training, how can I put it? I call myself, we used to call, the rank I'm at right now is called a nation builder, but I'm not really a nation builder. I'm more of a tribe builder because we don't have a nation. Just being clear on that. We have tribes. We have different tribes right now that you can see, you know, and I'm a tribe builder. But what I'm trying to get to a point is now being a tribe maintainer. What does that mean? That means that's like, for me, that's a step right before elder, where I'm able to provide a space and a time for my people to come together, youth, adults, and elders. They're able to come together, and in that time and space, they are able to operate in African time, in ADOS time, in whatever you want to call it, but it's controlled by us. Second, I want to be able to create this space, and in this space and time, to create or allow for the sprouting of some type of economic development to come out of it that can at least support that little circle that we have. You understand what I'm saying? This is why we do the market. This is why this one of the weekends that we was meeting. The one thing that we have been consistent with is the market, because part of the training with the warrior training is, one, how can we get this space, and how can we turn it, how can we maximize it, how can we open it up to the community? You understand what I'm saying? And we're trying to do that. But like I said, the support for, like I said, far as even just us having this conversation now, all this stuff is on me. You know what I'm saying? I put out there for the donations and all this is right now is on me. It's my donation to the community, because we don't value our shit. This right here, when I be telling people this is our show, this is our show. Now, I might have the ability to hang up on your ass, but it's your show, nigga. You need to come. Most of y'all know me, so if y'all really have some problems, we ain't even got to have beef online. You could do like, Elder Renee called, and it wasn't no beef or anything, but Elder Renee called, and he said, yo, bro, we need to talk. Call me. Hung up. That's how we do. All right, cool. Boom. He knew exactly where to reach me, because as soon as it dinged on his phone, boom, I need to drop him a message. All right, cool. We got some business we need to discuss. I will call you right away. Because on air, it's harder for me to forget than just somebody sending me a text. This is central for us. Brother Jason says, I think our children need two separate education systems. We need to teach what's being taught in the deceptive white system, but then teach that there is a vacuum in the society that we are really not included in. I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree. But like I said, it's putting that together and financing that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? All that shit costs money. All of it. Even just being part of creating a tribe is also creating a space that is that tribe. So when you say a nation, you know what I'm saying? When people talk about building a nation, please understand that a nation is a group of individuals. Now, we can either try to, like a lot of people try to do, organize on the larger level, or we could do, like I've come to terms with, organizing individuals and families. Tribal. Going down to a tribal level. We got a tribe. We're building a tribe. And I understand that once you start building a tribe, because one of the pieces that a lot of us don't understand that really bothers people is that once you establish your place and time, not only do you have the power to include, you also take the power to exclude, which is very offensive to people from a group that has been a cannon fodder for the world. So when we start telling motherfuckers no, we're going to have immediate repercussions and consequences. First, it's going to start with us. We're going to have beefs with us. And then as we start moving out to the wider world, developing the ability and the power to tell motherfuckers no. See, because when you got schools that are 98% black, there's no reason why black folks should not totally control that curriculum. We tell these motherfuckers, federal motherfuckers, and everybody else, kiss our ass. This is the curriculum that's going to be taught in our schools. We can do that. Legally 4x4. We could do that shit. There's no reason our children should be getting any other education. I mean, when you have a majority of the schools that our kids are in, or let's say 1 or 2. I know in Cleveland they got all black schools. I know in Akron they got all black schools, or damn near all black. I know in Columbus they're all black schools. I know in Dayton they're all black schools. And we're talking about we paying taxes. This is the curriculum we want our children to have. This is the curriculum they're going to have, but we're going to shut this motherfucker down. We're going to take over the school board. We're going to make sure that we're trying to rebuild shit when we already built it. We could supplement other shit on the weekends like we already doing, because we should be able to use those buildings because we pay taxes for those goddamn buildings. But I always don't understand that shit. I ain't mad. I'm currently working on a media project that is bigger than Black Panther, Roots, and Color Purple all together. Altogether times 100. Exactly what you're talking about. Look up.
I'll be right back.
He said, look up Perfect Texas. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Hashtag Perfect Texas. Let's go and look that up. Family, I'm just saying a lot of shit that we're talking about we need to do. This is the piece. It makes no sense that we are being extorted out of money. Some of us don't even touch all of our money unless you have your own business. But even then, these motherfuckers come knocking on your door talking about taxes that we pay, and we got buildings that are sitting in the motherfucking neighborhoods that we exist in, that we are paying taxes in, and we don't have access to them motherfuckers? Are you serious? That's called pimping. And you on the wrong end of the pimping. You go to stores, you're paying taxes. You're buying them nice shoes, you're paying taxes. And you talking about, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we got a lot of people talking about, yeah, we wasting a lot of money, and a lot of that shit is in taxes. But yet, we'll let these motherfuckers go on and run this whole country off the money that we invested in this shit. Are y'all serious? You know what I'm saying? I call that, you know what I'm saying, that's crazy. That's crazy. It took me a second to get to this point where I'm looking at the world like this, but I'm, like I said, I'm on a downward slope of my life. We got to make sure that our young people start seeing this shit early so that they can start taking advantage of this shit. We don't need to build no new shit. We just need to take control of the shit that's in the midst of us. Come on now. Whether we build it or we take it over, they're going to have the motherfucker bugged anyway. All of us is walking around with bugs in our pockets right now anyway. Everything you do, everywhere you go is being cataloged right now.
For me?
It's just handle business. Call in line 614-556-4535. Once again, call in 614-556-4535. Join the conversation, family. I'm about to end it in a second, but I'm just saying, y'all can finish, because we didn't even make it halfway. Brother Greg is gonna drop some more bombs. Like I said, I have very little disagreement with because, like I said, in many ways I'm Pan-African. But when the logic of what the brothers and sisters in ADOS is talking about hit me, it hit me right at the right time. Like, goddamn, that makes perfect sense. We do have a tribe. Why don't we claim our tribe? Why are we the only universal motherfuckers? Stop being universals, people. You're not universal. You have a tribe. You have a direct bloodline that you need to be linking up with so that you can actually build, so that you will be of use, not only to your people here, but to your people all over the world. But as long as you are the universal Negro, you will never accomplish shit. Because that person that is for everything is actually for nothing. That's all I'm saying. Start thinking. You know what I'm saying? Control, like Jason talked about, controlling the media. This is what I'm trying to do with this. Media. Get the message out. I'm sending a message out. This is what I do. I do this shit every day. Every day. Right? And this shit ain't cheap. Matter of fact, a lot of this shit is car. I mean, I could be riding around in a nice car. All the money I spend on making sure that I'm able to contact and get in contact with my people. Just put it out here. Just floating it out here. So, family, listen. I'm getting pissed
and I was
off.
like, didn't have money either. Especially that they I had to get money from my mom. Like, I don't have money for you.
Who's that? Who on the line?
Hello?
Yeah, who on the line? It's all loud back there. All right, family. I'm gonna go get out of here. I'm gonna throw up. All right, family, we got the e-course. Go and check out our 7-day e-course. I'm gonna post it up on both timelines. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, do something. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because everybody ain't got dough. But check out the 7-day e-course. Let us know what you think. Where we at? Let me get the other one. Also, we got the merch. Go and check out the merch. You can support us by liking us or subscribing on our YouTube channel. Go to GNJmedia.live. Subscribe to the channel. Also, check out our merch store. You know what I'm saying? Get you a Daily Toaster shirt. This is called the Daily Toast for those that don't know. It's called Daily Toast. We do this on a daily basis. I know some of y'all getting ready to go out and kick it. You know what I'm saying? Take some positive energy out there with you. Let people see how good your life is. You know what I'm saying? How's this shit working for you, brother? Because you know that's exactly what they're gonna ask. How's this working for you, brother? Somebody else is on the line. I'm glad somebody called in before I hung up. What's going on?
No, I just wanted to reassure CeeLo. After further thought, I thought about the question that was being asked, and what I believe the question was dealing with was the number of times animals' names were in the whole song. And so that would be 12 times 78. So that's what I think she was getting at.
Would that equal 364? Because she said the total number that they said was 364. One animal shy of a calendar year.
I'm not sure what all their math is based upon. I just thought it was a cute question.
No, I mean, and that's what I want to know. I want to know what the question was because it sounds interesting. So when you find that question again, and or keep an eye out for it, send it my way.
I will.
All right.
One love, family.
One love.
And enjoy your family.
Great Black Family Day, but remember, support Gye-Nyame Journey. We got the free e-course up. We got the merchandise side up. We also got the live tip jar. I would love for somebody to put a tip in the tip jar so we can see the money fall in the glass. I ain't seen it yet. I want to see what it look like in live and living
I can't figure out how to do it. I tapped on that glass and nothing happened. So
no, don't tap. No.
Do it on Facebook or do I have to do it on YouTube?
You gotta go to click on https://gnjmedia.live/tip. It's up there right now. If you follow that link,
It's up where? Is it in Facebook?
Yeah, it's up in Facebook now.
Let's see. Okay, so looking at you on Facebook.
Are you looking at? Wait, are you on Gye-Nyame Journey or are you on Hot Tim on Facebook?
Wherever it comes up on my timeline. All right. Okay, now I'm over in Gye-Nyame. Okay. All right, I see it now.
All right. You click that and take you straight to where you can do the tip piece. Now let me know what problems you have on that. And like I said, we will be up. We will have our Toast and Talk tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be some more news that we can handle it. So,
all right.
Have some more news. Also, for those that want to also support the journey, we got our Cash App. I'm going to throw the Cash App up. Capital cash sign, capital G, capital N, capital J, capital M, EDIA. That's G&J Media, y'all. All right, family. With hold on. All right, did it post up? Let's see if it post up. All right, post it up. All right. So, family, I'm about to get up, get out. Right now, Brother Kwame once again is in the lead. He has 340 points. All right, Brother Kwame, he gonna get that free shirt. So don't buy that. Don't buy the new Daily Toaster shirt because you're already about to win one. So unless somebody just come up from behind and just get you, my friend, or CeeLo, also you go to gnjmedia.live, and if you look at the top of the screen, you got tip and merch up there, and you can just click it and you can do your thing. All right, family, look, I need to remind you, holla, brother, Brother Kwame, brother Jason said, holla, Brother Kwame. So, family, I need to remind you, you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place. Let me move that forward a little. The place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. That's pretty good, honey, mate. Real good. This is a Heart of a Simple production, and you know this has been a Daily Toast. Well, actually, this is the Toast and Talk. We got a free day. Happy Black Families Day. It's a Heart of a Simple production. Get it together, Simba. Get it together. These mythical animals, goddamn, I gotta feed them too. But we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Family, I am out. Feel free to hit me up. Y'all know me. Y'all got all my shit up. Just post up. If you got ancestors you want to add to the list, throw them up there. I'll get them later, or you can join us tomorrow. Because we'll be on air somewhere around this time where we'll be doing a toast. We won't be going back to early mornings until next Umoja. But maybe on Kaumba we have to get up a little bit earlier and do it because we got to get out there to that mall. So family, remember tomorrow we got the mall popping off this Kaumba, 11:30, November 30th from 12 to 6 p.m. Come on out, support the family. We might be doing some live streaming out there as well. So come on out. Enjoy yourself. Support the vendors. But other than that, I'm out. Peace. Just in time. Come on, Streamlabs. You fucking around once again. Y'all come on now. The last one y'all had it was